They kept watching, even though it was still dark. As we read the Christmas stories in the Gospels, we meet many people who are watching and looking and searching. We meet Joseph, who is watching over Mary as they make their way to Bethlehem. We meet the wise men who are watching the star. And then there are the shepherds. Luke tells us that the shepherds are keeping watch over their flocks by night. And don't miss that point. On one hand, the shepherds are doing exactly what they need to do. They're doing the work that needs to be done. But Luke tells us that they are doing this work. They are keeping watch at night, in the dark, when it's still very hard to see things clearly. I think the shepherds could serve as the patron saints for all of us during this holy Advent season. On one hand, isn't it true that there is a lot of work to be done by all of us between now and the celebration of Christmas? There are things to be done at home and in our community. We have work to do, and God will help us do it. But Luke tells us that the shepherds kept watch by night, in the dark. And that's a detail that I'm holding on to this Christmas, because for many of us, there are things going on in our world right now that seem dark, and it makes it hard to see the light of Christ. Whether it's a struggle going on in our lives, or political divisions in our nation and world, whether it's violence in some parts of the world, or an illness in a family member, there are times when it feels dark. Here at St. Mary's, we are doing the work that God wants us to do between now and Christmas. There are 2,500 gift tags on our Advent giving tree. That's 2,500 gifts that the parishioners of St. Mary's will provide so that we can bring light to neighbors and families who are struggling this Christmas. And we will gather together in our church for prayer and learning throughout the Advent season. We'll celebrate the Sacrament of Reconciliation. We'll gather for Mass on weekdays and weekends. We will do Bible studies and have days of reflection and retreat. Because when we gather together, we keep watch for Christ, who is the light of the world. I invite you to participate fully in all that's happening at St. Mary's during this Advent season. Join us as together we keep watch for Christ, who is the light of the world.
Let every heart prepare him room. Let every voice declare this holy truth. For heaven's King has come to make us new.